It's been 50 years since the start of the Nigerian Civil War. It's also known as the Biafra War. It was one of the bloodiest and most divisive conflicts in post-independent Africa. Yet so many years later, some of the issues that set it off continue to make the headlines. In 1960, Britain, the colonial power, granted independence to Nigeria, a diverse country with hundreds of ethnic groups. But at the time, Nigeria was dominated by the Hausa people in the northern region, the Yorubas in the western region, and the Igbos in the eastern region. But it wasn't long before this new nation, Nigeria, was plunged into political and ethnic turmoil. This involved two military takeovers in 1966. And soon, these tensions led to the killings of thousands of minority Igbos living in northern Nigeria. So in the southeast, a military officer called Emeka Ojukwu declared the independence of the Republic of Biafra on behalf of the Igbo people. But Nigeria would not accept this, and on the 6th of July 1967, civil war broke out. And it raged on for the next 2.5 years. It's estimated that more than 1 million people died, most of them from hunger. In 1968, images of the famine were streamed worldwide. Biafran leaders used these pictures to gain sympathy for their cause. Around the world, protesters and celebrities campaigned for an end to the conflict. Back on the battlefield, the Nigerians were stronger and better equipped. And in January 1970, the Biafran secessionists surrendered. The war might have ended, but the idea of Biafra didn't. In Nigeria, some believe the underlying ethnic grievances have not been fully confronted or resolved. A new generation of pro-Biafra separatists has reignited the cause, and they hold marches and protests regularly in Nigeria and abroad. Arguably the most prominent group is the Indigenous People of Biafra, or IPOB. Its founder, the British Nigerian activist Nnamdi Kanu, was arrested for his rhetoric in 2015, but his detention has only boosted his popularity.
I've said before, and allow me to repeat, Biafra or death. One of the two must happen.
The establishment is still opposed to the idea of Biafra. The human rights group Amnesty International claims that in May last year, the Nigerian army killed 150 unarmed people during IPOB rallies. The army and police strongly denied this. So, is a Biafran breakaway likely or even plausible? Will there be renewed tension or perhaps a referendum? It's a sensitive topic, but as Nigerians look back, they'll be keen to avoid a repeat of the dark history their people suffered.